morning. Welcome to the Tuesday morning meeting.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
How's it going?
I'm Melanie, Melanie Casey Jewelry, and this is our VP Katie. We are a fine jewelry brand in Andover, Massachusetts, and we specialize in handmade bridal jewelry. Today we have some really special aquamarine designs to design with. Stones to design with. And if you're new to the Tuesday morning meeting, remember this is a collaborative design. Please add your comments with your ideas and your suggestions because I am going to actually from scratch design something new for our collection today. So Katie,
Yes.
how does all of this work and why is your answer giveaways?
This all works because of giveaways. No, so we, like Melanie said, we design together every Tuesday morning. Melanie's going to walk us through her entire design process, so you can kind of peek behind the scenes at what she does, how we create new pieces for our collection. Our entire jewelry collection is at melaniecasey.com, and this piece is going to be part of it. Whatever we design today is going to go live on our website at 5:00 p.m. Eastern today. And what's special about Tuesday morning meeting designs is that we let you guys have them at 15% off of the retail price, but for 24 hours only. So towards the end of our call today, I'm going to share where you're going to find that piece later on at 5:00 today, how to access it, all of those good details for the 15% off discount. And like Melanie mentioned, we also love giveaways at Melanie Casey. So what that means for Tuesday morning meetings is that throughout the session today, we're going to give away $100 Melanie Casey gift cards, just sort of when we decide to do that. And the link for that, I'm going to put in comments today in just a few minutes so you guys can enter. But the link from last week, as you all recall, we leave that up all week so that those of you who watch after Tuesday morning, they're going to be live on YouTube or recorded on YouTube. This live will be. You can watch it throughout the week and still enter to win a $250 Melanie Casey virtual gift card. So I'm going to pull that winner now while you tell us more about these stones, Melanie.
The magic of this gorgeous aquamarine. So you guys know I'm a hoarder of gemstones, a collector, as they would say. That's a nice
Collector
way
is
to
so
put
much
it.
nicer than hoarder.
I know, but one is reality, the other is Hollywood. You know,
That's right.
so my lord. So these aquamarine, I have the two pair cuts showing on the screen, and then I have a whole bunch of round cuts and some oval cuts, and the other stones are smaller and more appropriate for a stacking ring, studs, something like that. But these are our hero stones, so this is what we're starting with. They have internal I always rutile. It's like black lines that kind of go straight across this material. And we saw that earlier in the year in our peridot. You often see that kind of line veining in quartz. So when you see it in something like an aquamarine, I just think it's really interesting and special. They are technically inclusions, which means like imperfections in the material, but because of the way that they kind of all line up in this beautiful, like almost pattern, I think it is really unique and interesting. Similar to the way I love like a bicolor sapphire. I really love like a unique, interesting pattern in our gemstones whenever we can find it. So these two pairs both have that veining, and they're the only two that I have that have that. Everything else is the same deep dark ocean blue color, but the other stones are all completely perfectly clear, perfect clarity. So we're starting with these because they're so special. And I don't know if we'll get anything else done today, but you know, that's the Tuesday morning meeting for you.
We never know what we're gonna get done. Okay, I do have our big winner from last week. Let me okay, so Christina S. Christina, you spell your name with a K. I never want to like say your whole name on here because I feel like that's like a weird privacy thing. But I'm sending you a gift card. So if your name is Christina S, just like go to check, I guess, see if you won.
You will get an email. Amazing.
Amazing. All right, so I'm gonna send that to Christina, and then I'm gonna go into comments wherever you're streaming, and I will pin the gift card giveaway form for this week. So all you need to do is enter your name and your email address. Only have to enter once. You can only be selected once. So we'll pull a few as we go. And for those of you who are wondering why I'm the one doing that, it's because Kristen's on vacation this week.
You guys, it's tough over here.
And we already missed her a lot. I had to like
A
figure out how to
lot.
connect to you on Instagram. It was a whole thing before we got on.
I'm over
But we're
here.
good.
I'm DJing images. You know, let me see.
We're
Actually,
gonna
here's
make
a
it.
video. Here's
We're
a
gonna make
teaser
it.
video that she provided. The team shot for us ahead,
Oh yes, those
and
are
you
so
can
good.
really see like the interesting characters and goodness, the color. Aquamarine is usually light pale blue.
Yeah. Is that just like a different chemical, I guess? Like something impacted it while it was growing in the
Yes,
earth?
and
That's
honestly,
so
I
cool.
don't know what mine these come from, so I don't know what generated this color. But if I find out, I will be buying more because I
Yeah.
absolutely love them. And dark, I like extremes. I like them. If it doesn't typically look like that, it makes me like it more. So
Yeah.
that's where we are with this.
And
Or
what's cool
that
about
one.
these, the rutilated stones is that even these two that both have that, they're each one of a kind. So like the pattern inside is different, right? That's so cool.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so today I would like to start us off. We are going to do a ring today because I want to, because I think in ring. And we have two options, and I already decided which direction before the call, but now I back it up and saying we can go in either direction. We have a couple Friday drops that kind of have some open space towards the end of the year in the fall. One would be our thick and thin collection, adding to that, which the thick and thin collection is a wide, thick band, wedding band with our more delicate, but a delicate engagement ring. But the reason it's special is often we have stones that kind of overlap over each other, so you can't tell where the wedding band starts and the engagement ring finishes and things like that. We often use heavier metal design elements like bezel mixed with prong in that collection. And that's my most recent big engagement ring collection that we've designed. We started that collection last year, and I haven't added to it in a while, not in like a major way. So I want to start designing for that at some point, whether it's today or it's on my own time. And then the other collection that we have some space for is more of a general gemstone drop, which would mean this could fit into that as a statement ring. But because we have all these smaller aquamarines in the same color family, we also could consider doing some of those architect stacking rings too, which are always one of a kind. So like, there's a lot of different places. If we just want to go for a bold statement ring, for the gemstone drop, then amplify would be the starting point because we want this to be ocean inspired. So I like the movement, and maybe, Katie, what's the name of that? The original amplify that was off centered and it has the aquamarine. We did it during a live design. Sold out a few times. Rising tides.
Rising tides.
This
Yes.
may be able to have some rising tide inspiration, but I was thinking like this is the dark, scary ocean. Like it might need some black diamond.
Yeah.
Like it
This
might
is
need
a
like
moody ocean.
we're scary ocean topic
I'm
today.
sorry.
Not like happy with the family. We're like,
This is not Moana, okay?
thank you. We are on the southern tip of South Africa where the sharks jump out like whales and breach or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
That's where we are.
Yeah.
So, should we do an engagement ring, wedding band kind of sweet idea? This would probably be a stone that would go in the wedding band because it's not a diamond or a sapphire. Do we want to do our overlapping architect stacking rings, or do we want to just do the amplify watery idea? I don't
Okay.
even know. Help me, Katie. Help me.
So it's basically like how impactful do we want it to be,
Yeah,
and how much
small, medium,
movement
or
do we want
large.
it to have?
Yeah.
Yes. So are you guys picturing this stone? Melanie, how big are these? Do you know?
Oh, they're not massive. This is it's a 9x7. I think let me see. I'll tell you. It's just over 1 carat.
Okay.
Just over
Okay.
1 carat. So it certainly can fit with a cluster of other stones, and we'll have the
Yeah.
space for that.
Okay. So are we leaning Moody, or should we do Moody or not first? Or do you want to start with like?
Yeah, give me Moody or like white caps, like light nary.
White caps.
I know.
We're very oceany today.
Like
I'm
so
wearing a
oceany.
sailor kind of shirt.
Oh,
It's the closest thing to sailor that I have.
Katie, why are we not showing up in full costume to these?
That's a good question.
There's
That's a
there's
very
no
good
good
answer.
answer because
If there's
we're
a TMM,
crazy.
the closest one to Halloween, I think, should be a costume party. We're just gonna say it like this.
100%.
The last time I wore a Halloween costume, it was a last Halloween because we found a Boba Fett costume from Goodwill, and my kids were like, "Mom, you have to wear it."
Like,
And so I
you
put it
you have
on,
to.
and it has like a very awkward, like crotch covering that's built for a man. And I walked around my neighborhood wearing that thing because I love my children. And no, I will not be
Oh,
sharing photos.
God. Yeah, don't let the kids pick your Halloween costume.
No.
My daughter, like 2 years ago, wanted me to be a mermaid, but they only had like tiny, sexy mermaids at the
Yes.
store, like
Yes.
tiny sizes. So I had to squeeze my ass into this sexy mermaid for
Yeah.
her.
With
I'll
like
do anything
shells.
for that girl. It had clamshells. Yes, it did. It was
Hey,
and like
that's
boning.
go get it and put it on because we're ocean themed.
You know what? If it was here right now, I would do that for
I know you would.
I would. I would. Anything for you, my people.
All right, so let me read
I'm
what people are
saving.
thinking. Bright or black diamonds, people like that idea, or a brighter one, mix another blue and teal. It does go very well with our discussion of the deep depths of the ocean last week, which I hope some of you came prepared to freak me out with your stories. Elise says the ocean after a storm. Oh, like Wesley's eyes in Princess Bride, remember? All right, Moody. Moody wins by a landslide. People want a
Moody
Moody
it
ring.
is.
We don't do a whole lot of Moody, so this is going to be
Oh,
pretty fun.
I'm excited. I'm gonna screen share my CAD because why not? Start there. And then I have Amplify up. So I know it's hard to like picture it. You know what I mean?
Yes. Okay, wait. Are you ready for this? Elise,
Yeah.
you're a genius. She said, weather the storm engagement ring for couples who have survived it, y'all.
Oh, that's all of us. That's all of us.
I love that. Okay, yeah. We're going to weather the storm together.
Man.
Okay, so you pull up this is the file from the original Amplify ring.
Yes.
So you
For
have all of our files
demonstration.
for all of our pieces kind of stored in the system on the CAD platform or whatever it is, right?
Yes, correct.
So you can sort of iterate off of that.
I have Amplify up and this water thing, Moody's working for me. It's gonna be
Yes.
amazing. I think that we're gonna go with the Amplify idea. That was the original,
Yeah.
the one before this. I was like, that's probably what we should do today.
Yeah.
And it's feeling right. It's feeling right. Because the architect stacking ring idea is also feeling right. But I think that this is gonna be more interesting, kind of like design thought.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm measuring and placing our Aquamarine right now. I don't even
Fun
have any
fact.
black diamonds to like pull out of the tower
Yeah.
to lay in the case. You're all just gonna have to use your imagination. Else we
I
have
think-
to around here.
Yeah, that's one that people can imagine. It's a diamond and it's black.
Yeah, and it's opaque. I do have some salt and pepper, but I don't want to take away from what's going on inside the aquamarine. And salt and pepper usually I think has to be the focal. If it has to be a
yeah.
feature, you know?
Yeah, kind of competing patterns.
Yeah.
And the ocean's salty enough. We don't need that.
Yeah.
So Amplify was actually, other than Dome Ring, I guess, it was our first foray into a more metal heavy part of our collection. So if you go to our website, which is again, melaniecasey.com, you'll see some that are in like a thick and thin collection. So really metal heavy, lots of movement. A lot of them are designed to pair with an engagement ring. So we kind of customize it to flow around your ring. We also have some engagement rings now that are more metal heavy and statement-y. But that is kind of a newer past few years venture for you design wise, right?
Yeah, definitely. And I love it. And we're going to be doing more of it because it is important to keep, like, we of course have our signature pieces, but I always want to find what is going to be our next iconic, like, signature piece.
Right.
And you can't find that unless you're constantly like experimenting. So hence why we are here.
That's why we have so many new pieces. So if you're new
Yes.
to Melanie Casey in general, we have what we call Friday drops, which every Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, we have a new set of pieces, or sometimes it's just one special piece, but usually it's a collection of new pieces that has come off the bench, been photographed, and we drop it every Friday at 10 a.m. So if you're looking for what's the newest at Melanie Casey, you'll find that on new arrivals on our website. Speaking of our website, we have a new navigation feature, which I will kind of show you guys later how to find our Tuesday morning pieces. Because we made it a little bit easier with a click on our website. So you don't have to like go back through and find the link and everything like that. So we'll chat about that. We do a lot.
What if we do something, well, because like ocean, like asymmetrical.
Oh,
Is this cool or is it weird?
okay. That's kind of cool. I was not expecting that.
I don't like what I just did.
And
there.
I liked it before better too, but it does kind of remind me of the ocean in Moana, the like, you know how she talks to the ocean?
Yeah.
Which the live action is coming out and we saw a preview for it and it looks really good. Sometimes I'm
Your
not a live
family's a
action.
Moana fan. I know that they are. You love Moana, right?
Oh, I love Moana. Love Moana. Moana 2 was okay.
I didn't even see it, which isn't
It's
great
yeah.
sign, you know?
Yeah.
I don't like that this isn't giving me previews. All right, so I'm trying to figure out what our shape is right now. That is step
Okay.
one. This is feeling a little pointy. I think I need to, it's feeling a little pointy and like not on purpose yet.
Okay.
But I want it to feel like a wave, so, or just movementy. So I'm gonna try pulling out. This will, if I move our band like I am doing, this will not stack as a wedding band. This would be a standalone ring only. So I'm just, this is kind of getting ugly. I'm escaping and going back. I like the shape of the original. How do I make it have more movement though? Any comments yet about design anything? Any
People
ideas?
say they like the asymmetrical shape. Laura suggests lay the stone along the band to follow the curve, which would be pretty cool. We already have some scary ocean things, and I'm not ready for that yet. Can it be tilted, not vertical or horizontal? East-west setting has been suggested.
Cool.
Can we get some ideas for the movement part of this? So Melanie has Amplify up right now, but she wants it to have a little bit more movement to make it more oceany wave-like. So we got to figure out how to do that.
Should we keep it symmetrical? Should we pull it off asymmetrical? Unrelated, I want to see what this shape will look like if we want it to be sort of symmetrical. Like let's say we use the gemstones on one side and kept the amplified band on the other. I don't know. I'm just playing around at this point.
Interesting.
Let's see. I just moved the stone out of the way. By the way, that's not intended to like
It's not
actually live
floating
over there.
above your ring.
Yeah, we're actually able to defy gravity here.
Okay, you and Cass are thinking the same way because she just said, what if you add another band of metal that can add more movement?
Yeah. Yeah, okay, wait, deleting this. Okay. Maybe I can like thread another, like, I don't remember the name of the design, but we have that band that has like an overlapping kind of twisting style. We
Oh,
did
yeah.
over the holidays. Could do something like that. I don't want to put a vine, but you know what? I'm gonna try. it. I'm just gonna throw in some other rails here and see if we can get some kind of interesting movement happening.
So maybe you would take the amplify part skinnier and then add that second of metal, or keep the
Yeah, I
amplify
think
as
I'll
thick?
move amplify to be slightly off center and then to see if I can kind of make this look like this band is kind of wrapping around it a little bit. This is a challenge actually. Hold on. Let me fix this first. Because right now it is, I feel like it's too predictable, you know? We of course could do amplify, but that's not why we're here, no?
You're not here to reinvent the wheel or the ring.
We are here to do something surprising. Okay, I'm gonna start there.
All right, I've got some other ideas for you.
I would love to hear.
Will a pave amplify with the stone be too much?
No
Well,
such thing as too much.
Tracy, we will, you know who you're talking to. We will chat diamonds very soon. Laura says, is it the sagebrush where just the stones curve up and away from the straight band?
No,
Let's
it's
do something
actually,
like that.
hold on, it's the, I'm gonna find it. Actually, I don't even know if it's on the site right now. It
I
has
think
a
it's
little
old.
haircut. It might not be, do we not have Oh, you know, what I'm talking about.
Make the stones the wave. So like instead of the metal being the wave, the stones would kind of float up.
You know what? We did it during the Partridge in a Pear Tree.
Yeah.
Uh,
I can never remember the names, you guys. What if the movement was kind of like Northern Lights, or add movement with a twisted band?
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So like more
Like what
stone
you're-
heavy movement, I guess is what people are leaning towards.
Oh,
Center dip, but the thickness changes is another suggestion.
I love the
Thank you.
suggestions today.
Quran is always just amping us up. Thank you. Can that same amplify curve be off to one side for the asymmetry, or a thinner amplify curve with a thin band that mirrors that curve with space in between the two? That's kind of cool.
Can you read that again for me?
Yeah, the same amplify curve be off to one side for the asymmetry, or a thinner amplify curve with a thinner band that mirrors the curve with space in between the two. So like a double curve, one of them thinner than the other.
That is actually kind of like that Northern Lights band. And ended up, when I added the gemstones, it did kind of hide the metal, which was not my original intention. So I could see pulling that idea again.
Yeah, and just
Into
making that metal rail a little bit more visible through the
Yeah,
stones.
Let me see if I can make this.
Christy says, wave the band and nestle the pear on its side, then scatter stones along the rest of the wave, clustery to sprinkled. That's cool. Oh, so like make the stones kind of cluster and then peter out into a sprinkle. That's cool.
Okay. Oh, no, that's one. Want a tiny to bend. See.
So if you were starting from scratch, like when you made Amplify in CAD, is that really hard to make it that the movement and the curve of it? Because that seems so much more complicated with the gradual increase of size.
Yeah,
and thickness.
the hardest part of Amplify was saying, like looking at CAD and believing that it was going to look nice, even though it was
Yeah.
out of character for what we normally do for scale. Scale is the hardest part of this whole thing. And I think we made quite a few iterations before I was satisfied. Like we
Yeah, I
cast it
remember
3
that.
times. And because I kept being like, it's just not right. I'm not explaining
Yeah.
it. Like
It was
I
like
wanted
either-
to hug the engagement ring, but not overtake it. And like it's one of our signatures now because it was like harder. And you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think a couple of the early iterations were like maybe too tapered or
Yes.
not tapered enough. It's like a weird balance that you have to find.
And they needed to fit comfortably with all of our thin bands without like crashing into them and all that too. So we made it to taper down in the back. It was like a whole, that's the simple only metal product is way harder than
Yeah.
most of the things that we do around
Which
here.
is so surprising, actually. So strange.
I know.
Oh, man. Oh, cool. Cass is saying, do half polished metal and half matte to add depth and shape. That would be very cool. We talked about this last week. Somebody has recently requested that, like half matte and half high polish, which is very cool looking. The only thing is that you'll have to kind of get that touched up, which we do for free, no problem. But we'll have to touch that up every now and then because the polish can kind of wear off, the matte can. Kayla says, reminds me of a riptide and how the current pulls you in deeper. That's very cool. Will we be able to add hidden black diamonds like an ocean under the ocean? Ooh,
Ocean
Kayla.
under the ocean.
Kayla. Keep talking, Kayla.
Keep talking.
We like how your brain works.
Talk dirty to me. Ocean under the ocean. That's the craziest shit I've ever heard in my entire life. Anyway, truly, like the actual true ocean that they discovered is under the ocean and has its own currents and its own like density, different life that we've not even explored.
No, I still can't conceptualize in the same way that I can't conceptualize how big space is.
Yes.
I was reading this weekend because I was preparing for this and I didn't get prepared because I just got freaked out.
Yes.
But it was like, we think that there might be an even deeper part of the ocean than the Mariana Trench, which is the deepest like discovered. but there's like no human way to discover it yet because we don't have the equipment to go as deep as we possibly could. And so we don't know what's living down there. We don't know if there's any life at all. We don't know anything.
But like,
because
of
the
course
pressure.
there is, because there's like life in like that they discover like inside the icebergs and shit.
Right,
So of
right.
course there is life down.
Of course there is, but is it a megalodon or is it like
Oh.
bacteria?
Yeah. Or is it one of those crazy fish that has a life
Anglerfish.
and it like
Yes.
inseminates them?
It's
I mean,
an
if it wasn't
anglerfish.
in Finding Nemo, I don't think I'd actually be able to discuss it because the real photo of those real things is the scariest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
It's horrifying. And their teeth are awful. It's like, couldn't one part of you be like palatable? No, they're the ugliest things you've ever seen in your life.
Want to hear
Terrifying.
about my most like gross out? I wish I knew the kind of fish. I will have to look it up after. But there's a kind of fish that evolved to it's born as a normal fish, like think Dory, like
Okay.
flat with its eyes on its sides of its head as a baby. Over time, as it grows into adulthood, its body, do you know what I'm talking about?
I do.
Its
I'm looking it up
body
right now.
transitions to have its eyes on top on one side and its mouth is still Dory and it swims like flat along the bottom. I think it scoops up food sideways. And it's the most disgusting fish I've ever seen in my entire life.
Flounders.
Is that an actual
Flounders.
flounder?
Yes, they are the most famous fish that do this. They're
They have
born
the
with an eye
eyes
on
on
each
each
side of
side.
their head. As they mature, one eye migrates across the skull, so both eyes rest on their upward facing side. And I hate that. I don't like that at all. I don't like eye migration.
Yes. And then
Why?
imagine we complain about, growing pains. Imagine if your entire face shifted to over your ear.
No, and it's just normal. It's
And you're
like,
just
how
like-
old are you? How far is your eye? I hate that. Like,
When the eyes are only partway across, you're in
Yeah.
adolescence.
yes. And you're like, oh, they're going to party.
They're
at the
they're
ocean
like
club.
going through it right now.
Right.
They're
And their
just
parents are like, I
kids.
mean, they're just not all the way faced up yet. So they're learning. I hate it. Hate it. Hate it. Do you know what else is a gross fish? Is a blobfish. Have you ever seen a blobfish?
Yes.
The ugliest fish in the world. It's very aptly named blobfish.
So funny. Okay, do we like the little string of metal? Ignore how it looks in the bottom. I think it's kind of cool if we were to like, where's our pair go though?
Yeah. It kind of looks like lips
No.
a little bit. But it might just be because I just looked at a picture of a blobfish.
Yeah, you're seeing blobfish in
I'm
this.
seeing
I was not intending.
Okay.
Let me keep working on it.
Oh wait, that angle's better. The angle that we were in before. Okay, now I see it. Now I
It's
see how
supposed to
spooky.
you know what? This needs to come all the way down and around. That's part of my issue. This needs to be more like harsh.
Okay, I have some comments to catch. Oh, Christy, thank you. It's okay that you're late. We are designing for an aquamarine. So in a little bit, Melanie will show oh no, you can see the
Oh yeah,
teaser
we
photo
still
here.
have it.
So this is an aquamarine, believe it or not. It's a deeper color than normal for aqua, and it has some rutilated lines throughout it. So we've got 2 pear cuts around 1 carat, and we're trying to make an ocean, like a deep ocean inspired design. So we're trying to do some movement in this band that's based on our Amplify band that we have in our collection. And then later on, we're gonna add some Moody diamonds or other stones to it. Elise says, what about a band like the thicker first frost where the diamonds are sprinkled on top like foam? Oh yeah, I do like that part of the first frost. Let's see, if you didn't do a layered look, you could do lighter tones on top and then the Moody vibes under, like a side view into the ocean. Oh, that's kind of cool with that line as like the horizon line. That'd be cool.
All right, send that down. All right, I actually think it's cool. I wasn't sure how I was feeling about it. I think it's a cool starting point. I'm gonna move our stone into place and see what we think.
Okay.
I'll have to clean up the band because that is not based in reality, but that's for a different time.
There's a lot of cleanup that happens in CAD after these calls, you guys. lot
And
of
then this will,
cleanup.
of course, be asymmetrical.
Mhm.
Let's see.
Blinky said face migration is nightmare fuel. Agreed. I don't want. It's like in Inside Out when they go through the different parts of the brain and they get more like cubist as they go, and then their face is all shaped. Anyway, somebody here knows what I'm talking about.
All right, I'm gonna try to get this to fit in a way that doesn't completely hide all of that that piece of
Yeah.
wire that we just built, which means I'm gonna have to move it out more. What is happening here? Why is it tilted? All right. Let's see. I don't want it to drop down and stick into the finger either.
That could not be comfortable.
Be bad.
Oh,
It's perfect.
Elise says, on a happier note, other than face migration, did anyone else dream of the ocean a ton when pregnant, especially whales? I don't remember
Really?
doing so. She said she somehow knew her friend was pregnant after a loss because she kept dreaming of her in water with whales.
Oh
That's
my
so
God, is that like
cool.
a good sign? Whales are so special.
I
Love whales.
that.
Whales are the
That's
best.
very, very cool.
The elephants of the sea. Is that a thing? I don't think it is.
Is that a manatee? Cow.
Oh,
Cow
of the sea. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Close.
You guys, I'm kind of the manatee of the jewelry world right now.
Oh my God. I'm glad you didn't say the cow or the jewelry world.
I went for manatee. I felt like that was friendlier to
It is.
myself.
Have you ever seen a manatee in real life though? Not like in the wild, but like in the zoo or the
Yes, in
aquarium.
the zoo, and they're
They're wild.
adorable.
They're so cute, but
I
all they
want
do
one to
is
cuddle
like
with.
they have a good life.
They kind of seem like they play and then sleep and eat.
Yeah, and like mostly don't move. When we went
Yes.
to Mexico for a friend's wedding, we were at an all-inclusive, which was the best. I highly recommend it. It was my first time doing that. And there was like an adult only side, and you could like a swim up bar, you could just relax. And we called ourselves manatees because all we did was like sit in the water with a drink and not move. And so we were just with
Brilliant.
those friends this weekend, and we were like, we need to manatee again. Why aren't we
Yeah.
manatee in regular life?
I haven't manateed enough in the last few years of my life.
Yeah.
I think I need to get in on that.
I highly recommend
Great
getting a
idea.
manatee. Oh, Christy says you're the goat of the jewelry world. That's much
Oh
nicer.
yeah, that's the animal. Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
Christy.
you. I love that.
All right,
And
so we're trying to get
that's
this little wire of metal to behave properly. Is that right?
correct.
Okay.
This wire is going to spend. It's been a half hour, guys. I am going to
So
be
when the
fighting.
jewelers go to, is this like going to be really hard to polish? This is my question about that line because they have to get in that groove, right?
Yeah. Oh, why is that moving? Sorry. Part of this is not. Why?
Oh,
Why?
it's melting.
Why? How is it
Oh.
possibly moving both? Oh, I'm in the wrong place. That's why.
Looks like it's
That was on me. That was on me. What did I break? Okay, nothing. Okay. I don't think. Did I break anything?
It looks fine.
I'm gonna hit undo just in case.
Britt says manatees are my favorite animal. They're cute as potatoes. They are little potatoes. They're sweet potatoes though.
Oh.
Aw, they're not like mean, right? You know how otters have like a secret mean side that nobody wants to talk about
What?
because they're
No.
so cute.
What?
No, I think otters can be total dicks. Hold on, let me look it
No.
up. Wait, let me fact check myself.
I love that you're gonna Google are otters dicks.
The dark side of otters is something that we can.
I mean, the dark side of
Oh.
speaking of the ocean of dolphins is real legit, but I didn't know otters.
They are very territorial. They have aggressive mating habits and fierce protection of their young. Oh my gosh. River otters have even been known to bite or drag humans underwater.
What?
What if your story of your life, like when people said, tell us a fun fact about you, your fact was, I once got dragged underwater by a river otter.
I was deeply it. I don't have words. I don't have words. This was my childhood favorite animal.
They're so cute. Oh, I'm really sorry. Do you want me to read more or do you want this to remain
No, I
secret?
want to hear it all. I
Okay.
need to know the truth.
Okay. They have, okay, river otters are highly protective of their territory. They confront other otters or even dogs or crocodiles. Giant river otters in the Amazon travel in packs and they routinely dominate and kill caimans, anacondas, and jaguars that threaten their space. Like, what? They're so little, right? Okay, aggressive mating. Male otters can be incredibly violent during the mating process. They'll bite the female's nose and hold on for dear life, leaving scars.
Holy shit, jail.
This is
Me
awful.
jail. God.
Okay, let's just focus on how cute they are when they hold their little babies in the water. Let's just
Like nibbles.
don't touch a otter is one of the biggest warnings that I'm seeing here. Okay, well, all right, that's ruined. Otters are ruined. Thanks. What else can we ruin today?
I was not aware. I was absolutely
Oh,
completely unaware.
people are asking you to save your work after seeing that like dancing amplify moment.
Yes. Yes, I need, yes, thank you. And I can't be in a tool while saving. Now I'm nervous.
I'm like really sad that rivers are or that river otters are assholes. Honestly,
I really
um,
was not expecting
okay.
thousands today.
All right. Do you know what would make me feel better though? Is pulling a gift card winner. So let's just do
Oh,
that.
look at you. That was a segue. That was like professional.
Not my first rodeo. It's like my 10th.
Been here. Been here for a while. Been here, done that.
All right, who is it right now? Stacia. Okay, Stacia or Stacia. I don't know how to say your name, but it's you. Congratulations. I'm gonna send you a gift card. Okay, here we go.
A lot of work will be required later to deal with this. Okay. Well, now I want to see if we can. I want like the stone to really be like in the ring, part of the ring. You know what I mean?
In the computer.
Yes. I'm gonna drop this down, and we are gonna bury it a little bit in metal and see what happens.
This is like this is a cool view actually, because you can see what she's doing here. When you set a stone into metal, you obviously have to like carve out a spot for it. And sometimes you leave that carved out spot closed on the bottom part of it. But in this case, I'm guessing you'll leave it open so people can clean under the stone.
Clean, and just because it reduces the amount of metal in a way that's a good thing. Because if you have too much metal and it's top heavy, the ring doesn't really fit comfortably necessarily. So we like to, we don't actually open up the inside of our rings typically, but in this case, we would to hold to what's under the stone will be opened up. But like all of the rest of this will be fully solid. It's just a higher quality kind of way of doing it. So
Yeah.
say, all right, so I'm trying to tuck our stone slightly under our rail here, or give the actual, like at least give the impression of that. I'm gonna do something about that prong because that immediately becomes unsettable.
Oh, we gotta be able to
Fabulous.
set that.
Good job. Good job, Melanie.
It can look great in CAD and then be
And then not
absolutely impossible.
physically possible to pull off. I'm gonna work on where those prongs are located for a minute because it will drive where we place the rest of our stones. Because I am looking forward to adding some black diamonds to this. Do you guys think this should be all black diamonds? Should we bring in some other blues, more aquamarine? Should we bring in some dark blue sapphire? Should we bring in white diamond? Like, are we going black and blue? Are we going black, blue, white? Are we doing a gradient? Random? Help me with colors.
What
would
you
be
like, friends. Okay, so the vote now that we need you to tell us in the comments wherever you're watching, we can see you wherever you are, which is not creepy, it's thoughtful. We want to
Sure,
know
pretty
if
self
we should do only black diamond accents, so it's very like deep sea, moody, or if we should sprinkle in some white or other blues, make it a gradient or sort of a black and white and blue situation. So tell us if you want only Moody, black diamonds, or a mixture, I guess would be the best way to phrase that. People want blues and whites. Oh, I love when you guys just vote right away. You're so decisive about it. You're like, this is what we'll-
Decisive queen.
Dark blue sapphires, some white diamonds, aquamarine and diamond, blues and whites. It'll reflect light like sun through water. Yes, love it. Gradient, but more on the darker side. Okay, so we're gonna go Moody gradient.
Okay.
Hold on, Instagram, I gotta check you. Gradient. MC Peterson says gradient in all caps. Very, very emphatically. Love that decisiveness. Okay, who else has weird things about the ocean to freak me out enough that I want to pull another gift card? I need to be thoroughly freaked out.
Horrified, this lady.
Horrified. Deep blues, yes. Okay, we are in agreement on this. Sometimes when we do like live designs on Instagram, not sometimes, truly always, the vote
100%
goes
of the time.
50-50. And so it's kind of become part of the Melanie Casey live design lore is that you guys just never ever agree. And so I do appreciate this today. Everybody really wants the same thing.
So glad to hear that. You have no idea.
Democracy in action.
Yeah. Just remind me again, what is did we only have suggestions or was there a agreement on the color exactly? Because I was doing this and forgot.
The consensus is a deeper blue gradient. So we want black and dark blue and a little bit of lighter blue.
I can do that. We're not going to use white diamonds today then. We will use black diamonds, dark blue sapphires, which is navy blue, and then traditional aquamarine, which will give us that medium light blue. The aquamarine will be the lightest of the color family because our haircut will be a darker blue than what traditional aqua looks like.
Yeah. Okay, I have a question about this, about what we're looking at. It looks like the pear is like cut off. Is it gonna be set into it like that? Or are you gonna see the whole? That's cool.
That I would like the jewelers to undercut. So when you're setting a stone, you need to hold it in place in at least, well, for a pear cut, I would say at least 3 points on the stone, basically counterbalancing it. So if we're able to catch the back end of this stone here, then we would only need to hold it in place over here and at the point. I'm adding this prong of the butt because there's plenty of space for it, and any additional prong can just make the jeweler's lives a little bit easier. I am also concerned that this isn't actually cut in enough to truly hold it in place. So one of the first things I'm going to do is add a setting for a diamond or a gemstone right on top, a small one, to make sure that when we want to catch this corner of the stone when setting, we know that, like, I'm trying to explain it. Like, you set your stone, it's got the point at the bottom. And if I put a stone here, it can't come out of place. It'll get it'll knock up into the setting, and they'll be able to push the setting down gently before setting that tiny stone into it, to capture this corner of the stone.
Okay.
I don't know if that makes sense.
No, it does.
Basically, you're kind of like, you're always trying to like lock it in here and then lock it in there.
Right, because otherwise it's gonna like teeter totter in the setting and roll around. So you need it to be anchored
and get damaged. Yeah.
Anchor. There you go. So it looks like it's like breaching too, which is kind of cool. It's like coming out of the ocean.
It is.
That's very cool.
So you can see how much of the stone right now is kind of captured, and I will be adding more. So the team will have to, the jeweler will have to cut, use it's like called a burr, but it's a tiny little cutting, rotating, like drill bit basically, and it's the shape of, it's pointy, so it's the shape of the edge of the stone, and they will come in and go and cut away exactly the amount of metal to make clearance for our stone. And then again, they'll work on pushing the material over that I'm giving them to push over to hold it in place.
Honestly, every time you describe how it's done, it just seems more and more like magic to me. I don't know how they do it.
They use microscopes for a reason. Like, it's a traditional, real microscope setup, because you actually can't do this kind of careful work without microscopic precision and really good light. Because also the light, it's reflective. So you're like battling that light reflecting back into your eye, and and you kind of like squint and you're outside looking at the sun. It almost feels that way when the light is wrong. So it's like got to be even diffuse light. It's like all kinds of stuff that actually make this possible. Yeah. Wow. But I know that they will look at this kind of thing and be like, really? And then they do it, and I'm like,
we knew you could do it. So if anybody's wondering why it's so stinking hard to become a jeweler at Melanie Casey and why we're so picky about who we hire, this is a good
That's why.
That's why. You gotta
And
be
so
pretty
much
precise.
training.
Okay,
All
the
right, I'm
other thing
gonna
I
throw
love
it.
about this is that it really illustrates, like what you were saying, that the diamond setting that you're gonna put in there to be the anchor to hold the stone in place more, to provide more structure, I think is a pretty interesting hallmark of your design specifically. You do that all the time. So Melanie often, instead of just adding a prong, adding more metal or whatever, which you'll see in designs that are a little bit more basic, I would say. What's a nice way to say it? Lazy is an
Basic
unnice
is
way to say it.
not the nicest.
That's
That's
nice.
okay.
I'll think of another word.
Stock, like
But
a stock setting that like you get from
yes,
like a mass manufacturer catalog.
mass-produced settings would add metal or a prong or just like throw something on there. But Melanie likes to use diamonds to do that. And so a lot of our engagement rings, especially the side profiles where there's hidden diamonds, people will ask us like, well, can we just take those out for my 3-carat stone? And it's like, no, they're actually structurally functional and necessary in addition to providing that sparkle and the beauty of it, which I think is really cool.
And the structure hides. Yeah, the diamonds hide the structure, and the structure holds your ring together.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Blinky says, "Is pedestrian the word I'm looking for?" Yes, they're very pedestrian.
Why is that? Why is that
Where's
the greatest insult that has ever been and ever will be?
Don't be so pedestrian. If somebody called me pedestrian in like my line of work, I might cry. I might actually cry.
Oh, it's
That's
so
a good
good.
one.
That's
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It sounds
It's
smarter,
so
so it's equally
insulting.
mean, but it sounds a lot smarter.
Oh, it's insulting. I love it.
I love it.
It makes me
Okay.
happy.
Elizabeth is freaked out. Okay, we're switching gears here to ocean scaries. Elizabeth is freaked out by the flesh-eating bacteria in the Gulf. Same. I read about
Oh
this
wait,
this
is that the one
weekend.
you get in your nose? You're supposed to
Yes.
hold your nose
Or
when you jump in.
any orifice. If you go swim in
If you're
certain bodies of water, especially I think it's the Gulf, but like lots of other like
Is it
rivers and
salt
stuff.
water or fresh water? Why did you think it was only fresh water? I thought it was brain-eating amoebas in fresh water.
There are those. I think
That's
there's a couple
different?
types. I
We're
think there
talking about
is.
different
But
things.
they like, and like, there's nothing you can do about it. You just went for a swim on a weekend and now you're having a amoeba eating your brain. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like it at all. Oh no, Taser said she accidentally watched 40 minutes of a previous TMM. Welcome.
You missed nothing. Okay.
Yeah,
Katie,
pretty much
maybe we should do a recap of what we are doing.
yes.
Actually, for those
What we are doing.
we are going to be cutting off and returning on Instagram in probably 10 minutes anyway.
About 10 minutes, yes.
Oh.
So I'll do another one.
You have to do another one then. That's what my point is.
Oh, Blinky, it's Leah.
Yes, I knew that already.
Oh, that's exciting.
I did know that.
You did know that.
I
Okay.
did know that.
What we're doing, this tweezer pick right here is showing you the stone that we are working with. We have 2 of these. They're about 1 carat aquamarine, believe it or not. A really deep color, deep blue aquamarine with rutilated lines patterned throughout. And we're doing an ocean inspired design based on our amplify ring. So we started with the amplify, which is a curved metal band that we have lots of iterations of on our website, melaniecasey.com. You can see, if you search amplify, you'll see there's a bunch of different ones on there with different stones and stuff. But this one is, we've added a little bit of a wire of diamond to create more movement even, and we're insetting the aquamarine into the metal. So that's why it looks like it's kind of cut off, because it is. We're going to put it in the metal somehow through the magic of being elite jewelers. They're going to make that happen. Don't ask me, ask Melanie.
I'm going to have to go downstairs after this and beg and plead for their patience.
They'll be happy. I mean, you threw enamel at them last week and they handled that like pros. So.
Well, you know what's so funny? Afterwards, I was like, Jenny, was that okay? Like, I feel like that maybe wasn't okay. And she goes, no, it's fine. We're just never getting timelines down.
Yeah, she was like, I mean, people are going to have to keep waiting for their jewelry, but we can enamel stuff.
That's okay. It's just, are you sure it's okay? I'm like, I'm not. I've never been less sure of anything in my entire life. Oops.
All right, so now Melanie's adding, so the stone that looks like it's overlapping that aquamarine is sort of like a anchor to the stone. It's going to help hold it in place, but it's a diamond. So, I mean, why not?
Okay.
And if boats had diamond anchors, I might want to get on them more. I don't know.
Yeah. Less amoebas.
Yes.
Either
Oh,
way.
we've often, less amoebas is always the goal. The other thing that we decided through comments and votes is that we're gonna go moody dark, but not only dark. So we're gonna throw in some black diamonds, dark sapphires, maybe a few lighter traditional colored aquamarines, to make it sort of a cluster of ocean inspired stones. That's where we are.
That's what we're doing.
And yeah, that's very exciting. Welcome everybody. We're glad that you're here. Thanks for coming. Okay, so are you imagining these are a certain color, Melanie, or are you just kind of placing stones and then you decide the color gradient later? How's your brain
That's
work on that?
a great question.
Thank
So
you.
because we can get black diamond, dark blue sapphire, and aquamarine in really any size we need, I've abandoned trying to worry about what stones what as of right now. And I'm worrying mostly about how we're locking our haircut in place when the jewelers go to set this and the shape. And I'm thinking like we can do more like black diamonds down on this area down here, like on the lower areas, and then
Mhm.
make the pieces, the stones that are higher up on the ring, the lighter colors. I think
Okay.
that could be really fun. Because
Yeah.
of course it's pretty typical for us to say the left side is dark and it goes to the right side that's bright. But I think if we go low to high with our
Mhm.
gradient, that could really
Yeah, so somebody commented something really similar earlier. They were saying look at it like a side view of the ocean, like you're in the ocean
yes,
and
it gets
the
darker as you go
line
down.
of the dark diamonds is underneath and then the lighter ones are on top. I love that. Like a what's it called? The break, like the drop off point in the water where it goes like suddenly to very deep sea, which I
Oh,
also really don't like.
also very uncomfortable.
Very uncomfortable. The
yeah.
sudden change from like I can walk here to I
No,
will
I cannot.
sink to the depths. I don't like that at all.
Let's see. I just had a thought that I was the one that had to post Instagram stories today because Kristen's out. And I just had the thought, like, what if I'm the reason that Tara was on the wrong TMM? Like, did I link it wrong? Almost certainly a possibility, but I'll never know because I'm not planning on looking that up.
No, and that goes away in 24 hours.
I mean, you're right. It goes away. It's fine.
Oh, Cass said, Esme said, so basically she's thinking the midnight zone. That's right.
Yeah.
Esme knows. Cass, is it true that you and Esme are coming to Bridal Week? I think I heard.
Oh wait, I think we do we hear last week that they are?
I think so. That's very exciting.
Nicole also would like an update. Nicole Patch of what.
Oh
we were
yes,
making.
welcome.
You're gonna have to tell me. You know what? Just wait for the re-up on Instagram
Yeah.
because that's in 5 minutes.
At
If
11
you're on
o'clock.
Instagram, it closes off and we have to turn it back on because Instagram is difficult.
Yes, and usually Kristen does that for us, but Kristen's on vacation, and so this week and next week I have to do that. And so honestly, good luck. I
Katie is our
barely
tech
figured it
person.
out before this.
I'm like, I'm over here. I'm like, I think you click the live button.
And I was like, it's grayed out. It won't let me. And then we were both like, oh, because we're not live yet. Oh, okay.
So we are actually
That's
just
it.
not on.
We'll figure it out. So yes, at the top of the hour, I will do another update for you for our Instagram people who join us a little bit later. Corinda on our team lives in Colorado, and she said, "I like living landlocked." I know.
You
same.
got your scaries. You got woods. You got
That's
bears.
true.
You've got a lot of tourists. They're terrifying.
But they're also very discoverable. Like I know what's in those or what could be in those, unless it's Bigfoot, I guess.
I know, unless it's Sasquatch.
Yeah. Do you guys believe in Bigfoot? Do you
No.
believe in Bigfoot? No.
I don't. Wait, well, do you?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay, okay. I was like, wait, that was leading. Like the answer was about to be yes, and then I wanted to hear what you had
No,
to say.
I'm just curious because I do think that some people do. And
But I also don't live in an area where there would ever be a chance of it. So I've never heard I didn't grow up hearing the lore, you know?
Right. I do have a mug that says Bigfoot is real from Kentucky, but that doesn't mean I believe it. I don't believe everything my mugs say. They don't represent.
Oh, a mug,
system.
not
Yeah,
a muggle. We're not talking Harry Potter. It's a physical object that tells you how to think.
Yeah, I have a muggle that says that.
That understands that magic is real.
Did you think I was talking about like a muggle as in somebody who doesn't believe in Bigfoot? Just reading.
I mean, I was like, I'll go Harry Potter with you. Immediately.
It's funny.
Always.
Always. Oh man.
Oh, we can mess with some of these. All right. So I'm losing some of my shape here. This might be too.
Okay, Tracy is asking some policy questions. I'll
Sure.
handle these while you figure out those shapes.
Okay.
Speaking of Bridal Week, which if you guys don't know what Bridal Week is, it is in October. It is our only site-wide sale of the whole year. It's our biggest event of the year. And it kicks off October 16th this year with an in-studio early access event. And RSVPs are going out for that in just a few weeks. So if you're on our email list, you'll get that. If you're not on our email list and you want to come, go to our website and join our email list. But you'll be invited to our studio. We throw a big celebration and you'll have early access to our sale. And the virtual event kicks off at midnight that night and runs from October 17th through the following Saturday, the 24th. And our engagement rings are an incentive price. They come with a little bit of an extra thing, which we'll announce in a little bit. And then basically the rest of the collection almost in its entirety is on sale in some form or fashion. So anyway, if you're coming to Bridal Week, we would love to see you there. But if you can't come to Andover for that event, we will be doing lots of things virtually as well throughout the week. Anyway, Tracy is asking that for Bridal Week, she's saved up a series of Melanie Casey gift cards. Can she have all those
Awesome.
merged into one? No, but we can send you an invoice for you to use each
Oh.
one differently. We can kind of split up your purchase into separate invoices because our website is tricky and you can only use a certain number for each interaction on our website, each purchase. But if you just email us and tell us what you want to buy, instead of you just getting it on the website, we'll send you a few invoices so you can use your gift cards in succession for those. Somebody's saying they like these little tiny bezel stones instead of prongs. Are these going to be bezel set?
I haven't even decided that yet. So if
Oh.
we are liking bezel, we could also consider that.
They look bezel, and bezel kind of looks like little bubbly, maybe. So that could make sense.
We would probably only do a couple. We'd kind of throw some in over here, I feel like.
True.
Because
I like
I want it to take over. But yeah, I think that would be fun. Let me add some right now.
Oh, Emmy says we're talking about the ocean. We should be discussing the Loch Ness Monster, not Bigfoot. Good call. Tell us if you believe in the Loch Ness Monster, Melanie. Do you believe in the Loch Ness Monster?
I'm sorry, no. It's like in a lake.
I'm wondering if it's like a scary squid or something.
Yeah. Well, no, like, is it in a lake, the Loch Ness Monster? It's like
Yeah,
a,
the
like,
Loch
like, come on.
Ness.
It's like, it's a lake. It's fine. But if we're talking the ocean, I absolutely think that there are, and I think it's even been proven, those humongous mega squids
Yeah.
that
I
are
think that
like
those
better
are
than the world and the
Yes.
size of the biggest thing you ever imagined.
Yeah, I think colossal and giant squids are my least favorite thing about the earth.
Interesting.
I hate it. I hate the idea of it, which is really interesting because my favorite animal is an octopus. And so you would think like
But one feels
cephalopods or cephalopods, but
bad
they're
and
not.
mean.
Yeah.
And I feel like what if we found out they were just really nice and playful?
They're misunderstood.
They're just misunderstood.
That giant eye
squid.
is not judging you,
And
wanting
that
to
don't
eat
they
you.
have like a talon? Or
I
like
think
like a
well,
sharp pointy claw that
yes, because
is
they have
there
the
to
arms and then
destroy?
they have those one things with the
It's
on
giving
the
Michael
ends.
Myers, okay? It's
Don't like it.
giving horror movie.
Yeah, I'm not interested in that at all. Not at all.
All right, you know what I want? Another fancy cup.
Okay, Libby's husband's uncle is a massive Bigfoot fanatic. He's incredibly educated and a professor, but he's a like you mean like does he go hunt for Bigfoot or he just firmly believes that Bigfoot is out there?
He
And is
knows
it
better
one
than me,
Bigfoot
he's a professor.
or
Like
is
a
it like
family of them?
a
Like an animal?
species?
Is it a whole animal?
Do they breed or are they immortal?
I have so many questions. It's fucking weird.
Leah said, between the face migration and the river otters pulling us underwater and Bigfoot, my dreams will be interesting tonight. Same. Can't
I
wait.
don't want any of this to be true, but I can't change reality. So
Yeah. It's just where we live, guys. All right, I'm gonna reconnect you, Instagram.
and then tell us what we're doing again.
Mhm. That is truly if I can figure this out. Okay, ready? Let's do this. All right, Melanie, you're trying to figure out where all of these are gonna go.
Yes, and baguettes as coral could be really cool. Amber, thank you for that suggestion. I am going to see what I can do with some fancy shapes. I was thinking about doing like another pear cut and a bezel over here just to keep doing something interesting. But maybe we could throw in a couple baguettes instead and see if we like that better.
Cool.
TBD. I'm trying to work on whatever is happening over here so it doesn't look so spotty. Yeah, it's really hard to
Bubbly,
place
but not
stones tilted.
spotty.
Yeah. Placing stones in the like a tilt like this is very annoying. Because I have to I don't know, you can see how many clicks it takes to put the stone where I want it. Takes a lot of clicks. You know what this is. The ones down at the bottom here will be black diamonds. I think that is a good place for them. And then I'm going to probably add some little rounded beads of gold too.
Oh, fun. Okay, I did it. We're back on Instagram.
Yay! Welcome,
I'm-
Instagram. I hope you rejoin when it inevitably kicks you off. Because Instagram.
I'm weirdly proud of myself. Okay, so I'm gonna give everybody on Instagram a minute to find us again, and then I'll give you a little update on what we're doing. Oh, Libby's husband's uncle does actual hunts. Like there's groups of Bigfoot hunters. Is there a reward for Bigfoot? Like, is there somebody out there who's gonna pay big bucks? I bet you there is.
National Geographic,
Yeah,
TMZ.
probably.
Honestly, they would
all right,
love to break
Instagram.
big
Okay,
Bigfoot.
All right, first Instagram, I'm gonna give you the gift card link again because that is not pinned anymore. And then I'm gonna tell you what we're doing here. And for all of those who joined not on Instagram too, a little bit late, I'll let you know that. All right, pinning that. Okay. So Instagram and everyone else, be sure that you have entered your name and your email address on the form that is pinned in comments because I'm going to pull another $100 Melanie Casey gift card winner in a little bit. You only have to enter once though. So if you've already done it, you don't need to do that again. What we are doing here today is designing a new ring for our collection. It is based on our Amplify design, which is a curved metal band that's kind of like tapered wide to thin on the sides. And so Melanie started out with that CAD file to iterate on. And our focal stone is the one in tweezers on your screen here. This is actually an aquamarine that is a little bit darker blue, deeper blue than normal color. And it has rutilated lines throughout, which are essentially imperfections, but we think that they're not.
But we
decided that
purposely
they're
look for them.
perfect.
They are perfectly.
Yes. So sometimes you don't want that. Sometimes you don't want inclusions, but sometimes you do. And this is a case of when you do, because it makes them really, really unique in pattern and have a lot of texture and depth to them. So Melanie has added a line of metal onto that amplified base to make it have a little bit more movement. That's where you see kind of the band across the middle there. And then the pear cut aquamarine is going to be set inside the stone. So that's why it looks like it's kind of reaching out of the water. And the diamonds that she's adding here along this line are both beautiful and structural. They're going to help hold that pear cut in place because when you set it into metal, you're going to have to make it secure somehow so it doesn't kind of tilt and move inside the setting. So this is where we are. We're adding some black diamonds on the bottom, some blue sapphires, some aquamarines, but right now we don't know exactly which color is going to go where. We just know that Melanie's going to place these in sort of a scattered pattern to give us a little bit of an ocean depth vibe. That's what we're doing. And so also if you're new here and haven't joined us before, this piece is going to be listed on our website today at 5 p.m. Eastern. We obviously can't create it in one day, but we're going to list it with a watercolor of the finished piece. So what happens behind the scenes after these calls is Melanie finishes the CAD. Sometimes there's some little cleanup things to do. And then she sends that to our team who makes a website listing, including a watercolor image of the design. So you'll see it on our website. And a little bit later in our call today, I'm going to show you the website and how to access where this piece will be. It'll be 15% off starting at 5 p.m. today and just for 24 hours. So if you love this piece, there's only going to be 2 of them because we only have 2 of these pear cut stones. So if you really, really love it and it means something to you and you want to have it in your collection, make sure that you're on our website at 5 p.m. Eastern to get that 15% off. And especially when it's limited edition like this, sometimes our Tuesday morning meeting designs sell out really quickly. So if you love it, just be ready for it at 5 o'clock. Thanks, Emmy. I'm proud of my summary too.
That was good.
This
I'm
is
sitting
what
here,
we're doing.
I'm just like, nope. Ditto. Ditto.
That's it. Yes, the link is coming in comments for you here, Nicole. There you go. All right, I'm gonna catch up on comments here. Elizabeth says there was an article about jellyfish taking over the ocean.
Huh.
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 Hmm.
Why?
Don't love that. Don't love that. The Japanese man-o-war jellyfish is another one of my deepest fears of life because I don't ever remember what they look like. And sometimes I have to look at, there's no way that I will ever be close to one because I think they're in Australia and like I'm not going there. But
I'm
sometimes
not
I
going
look
there
it up
because they have scary things. Yeah.
just to make sure because I think they look kind of ordinary. Correct me if I'm wrong. But they're like the most venomous, like you will die if one touches your leg or something.
If one stings you, Katie, I'll pee on your leg. I care
Thank
about you that
you.
much. I don't even know if that's a remedy or if it's just me making it worse for you.
I
I
appreciate
actually
it.
don't know
though.
why people pee on people on the beach. No idea.
It's true friendship.
But
That's why.
I promise you,
I'm,
I'll step up.
it's
I don't
nice.
actually know why people do
See,
that.
here's the problem with that though, is that like I can't pee on command. So if my friend is dying of a jellyfish sting and I had just gone to the bathroom, like they're out of
You're
luck.
done.
I'm
You're too
sorry.
dehydrated to help. Sorry.
Yeah,
You're
I've been on the
dead.
beach all day. Like there's nothing I got for you.
Can pee on
You
the
can.
man.
You're good at that. I'm not good at that.
It's the worst curse in the world. Anyway.
I'm a camel, so could be worse.
Oh, God.
Um,
Hi, Kristen, by the way. She's on here spying. Guess what? Katie figured out how to get us on Instagram.
did it,
She
Kristen.
did it. And look at, we have the photo of the tweezers of the stone up.
and guess
we're
what?
doing it.
I'm going to share my screen later to show them how to get on to the website. And you're going to be really impressed, Kristen. Also, what time is it there where you are? I want to know that. Oh, thanks, Elise. That's very nice of you. What's a myth? The peeing is a myth? Why did they do it on Friends?
That's a little scary because do you know many people are out there peeing on other people when they get, we think, stung by a jellyfish?
I thought there's something.
Sure, if that's what it is, the myth.
I'm gonna look it up because I thought there's something about like neutralizing the venom or something.
Now I'm like, is it a snake bite or is it a sea urchin peeing on it to get it to release? I have no answers. All
Okay.
questions.
First of all, when I Google should you pee, the first suggested thing is should you pee on a jellyfish sting? So we're not the only ones confused about this, but Elizabeth is right.
I'm happy to hear that.
The answer is no. Medical experts strongly advise against this popular myth. Urine is mostly water and lacks the right chemical makeup to stop stinging cells. It can trigger the tentacles to release more venom. No, don't do it. You should. So just in case you are in Japanese man-o-war or just regular jellyfish territory, here, I'm gonna help you. Rinse with seawater.
Back in that scary ocean.
Yes, remove the tentacles clearly.
Yes.
I mean, how are you going to do? Oh, we use tweezers or like a credit card or something to scrape away any remaining tentacles. Don't like that idea.
Credit
and
card?
apply. Yeah. Apply vinegar or heat. Okay, that's good to know. And that's wild that that's a myth that is so widespread that I didn't question it for a single second.
Nope, same.
What else are we lying to ourselves about?
Honest to God.
No.
Okay, question design-wise. I'm clearly just kind of doing a swoopy of stones that it wasn't intending to do, but it's happening. So as I come down here, should I keep with the line of diamonds or am I adding baguettes or another smaller pear cut or a round aquamarine? What is going here?
Somebody earlier said, what about baguettes like coral? Because that kind of will look like coral. That's kind of a cool idea.
I can do that. See, yeah. If
Okay,
anybody
so
wants
vote
to-
on what's going on to the side where the point of the pear is. We need to know what
This
shape
section
tiny
here.
stones Melanie should place there. And remember, we're gonna figure out the color of them later. So don't worry about color right now. Just tell us what shapes you're envisioning for
Oh,
that
and you
side.
know what? I just remembered, if we do baguette, it has to be white diamond, which actually would be fine. It's moving so far away from our
Mm.
dark and moody that I think it would have been very cool, but I don't think that we should do white diamond in this.
Okay.
I think we should stick with the original color scheme just because we don't have anything like it in the collection.
Yeah.
But we can get other fancy cuts in, definitely an aquamarine and blue sapphire. So
Okay.
those are on the table. Like we could do another pear cut or marquee. I think pear,
Oh.
sticking with pear might be nice though.
Pear might be cool. What do people think about a pear cut on that side to sort of echo the shape of the focal? Let us know in the comments. And while you do, I'm going to share a fact from Esme. She said, the sharp spikes on a giant squid are curved to hold on to moving prey or to defend itself.
Ooh.
The more you know. I kind of wish I didn't know it, Esme, but I appreciate your knowledge and I'm impressed that you know that. Oh my gosh. Okay, so boats are equipped with vinegar, Elisa's telling me, because she got stung and you want to put vinegar on it. Because when you're on a
Oh,
boat
that would
where
hurt
there's a
so
lot of
much.
oh, that would okay, I guess it would sting, but you're already feeling
You're already
stinging.
in your own
Yikes.
terrible state. So
I don't think I've ever been stung by a jellyfish.
what do you mean you don't think? You would know.
I would know, right? Even if it was a
Yes.
mild one, but my memory is real bad. I can tell you.
Had some kids.
I probably would remember that. Okay, people like a rose cut idea, or they want to see what a second pair would look like.
You put a
Marquee or pear seems to be the consensus here. Oh, that's
proper
big.
pears. It gets kind of big. I don't know what's happening here.
Okay, yeah, Britt says pear facing the other way, maybe. All right, Kristen, have fun seeing puffins. She's going to see some puffins. That's so exciting. She was also proud because in the 5 minutes that she watched, we didn't cuss. So
I've been trying.
I think we're getting better. You guys need to hold us accountable. We're not gonna cuss anymore. But it's been a little while since I pulled a gift card and our Instagram refresh made me realize I need to pull another one. Is everybody entered? Ready? Set? I'm gonna pull one while you figure out that pair. It is looking large.
Yeah, it's too big. It's just because the entire scale of the piece is not very big. So a 4x2 dark blue sapphire would work instead. Might tuck in better. Not sure.
Marissa M, it's you. Congratulations.
Congrats.
Marissa, I'm going to send you a $100 Melanie Casey gift card. And just so you guys know, these don't expire. You can use these whenever you can save them or use them on this if you're buying it today, whatever you want to do. All right, Marissa. I never know what to put on the sender name. So when I send a virtual gift card, it has a spot where you have to fill in the sender name. And so I usually put Melanie Casey, but I think I kind of want to put just someone random. And you'll be like, who sent me this? Or
The
just Tuesday
jellyfish?
morning. It's from Tuesday morning meeting. All right, Marissa, that is off to you. Thank you for being here. Emmy got stung by a jellyfish after making it to shore trying to escape from a shark that brushed my legs swimming in the shallows. And she has not entered the ocean in 10 years. I need so much more information.
Oh my God.
Where were you? What kind of shark? You felt it brush your leg? I've never met somebody who's had a near shark experience.
I
And
love that
really
you
wanna know
almost
more.
claimed it was a near-death experience, which is the funniest thing. It could easily have been like
I think
the
it
most
was.
harmless.
It was like
But
a baby shark.
we're definitely assuming that it's like great white. Like it's gotta be a great white. Immediately in
I'm
house.
pretty sure it was a great white shark. Emmy, would you please provide more information because I'm both,
We're
both
we're sweating.
massively
We're stressed.
impressed and massively scared. And I bet you were like happy that you walked away with that with a jellyfish sting.
Oh,
Count your
massive.
blessings. Silver lining, silver stinging lining. Yeah, I would also have not entered the ocean after that. I don't enter the ocean now and I don't have a near shark experience. Yikes. I don't like that. Are you an ocean swimmer, Melanie? Yeah,
I
same.
like cold.
Same. Same. I also
like
don't like sand, so I'm honestly not very much of a beach person.
Yeah, I would
But even
prefer
when
a lake, but then I just found out that like the amoebas.
the
So
amoebas.
I think I'm just gonna go home and hide under my bed. That's
I
okay
think
with
we should
myself.
just be manatees in a hot tub, and that's really
Yes,
the best way to be.
that's really the only. Uh,
All right, tell us what you think. What are people thinking about where the design is right now? Remember, we're going ocean inspired, deep water to light water. These are going to be dark blue, light blue, and black diamond. You don't look like you love it, Melanie.
I don't.
Okay, what needs to change?
First of all, I gotta get rid of the fancy cut. It's trying to do too many things.
Okay,
I like the locking in place, but I want this to look more bubbly and interesting. I don't want it to look like everything we've done before.
right. I do think we're on a good path to that with like the pair being set so inside of the metal.
locking
That
is
is
cool.
surprising
I
element.
think
so
I need to
far.
just fill this in with some more rounds, some scatters, so that this all continues, because this is just too
Yeah.
sharp and harsh right now.
Yeah, it looks a
Like I
little
need
bit
to-
too placed instead of scattered, maybe.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna work on that. That's what I'll
Okay,
do.
while you do, I have another really scary thing to read to you.
Oh, okay.
Cass. I was snorkeling in the Keys and had a run in with a bull shark, which are scary sharks. It came out of nowhere, circled me, and was so close its fin was almost touching me. It took off, and I popped out of the water, and I hear Esme splashing in the water, going, "Hi, mommy." Meanwhile, I'm yelling, "Get out of the water."
Oh,
A friggin' bull shark.
oh.
Oh, but she still does it. She says, "Now I always dive and snorkel with a dive knife." Well, that's good. But have you thought about not snorkeling or
Hey, I
diving
got an
ever
option
again?
for you.
Or are you just insanely brave and I'm a
You
wimp?
just don't have to do that at all. Oh my God,
Bull
that's
sharks are
amazing.
like super scary, right? Bull sharks, tiger sharks, are those the ones that usually attack? I don't know. I don't know.
Oh my God.
All right, let's talk about jewelry some more because oh wait, we've got, oh, okay. Oh wait, one more continuation of Emmy's story. She was in Gulf Shores, Alabama. I was standing in the water up to my waist, murky waters, up to her waist only. Shark swam past me and brushed my thigh. It was maybe 6 feet long. I ran for the shore, got out onto the sand and sat down. Then a wave crashed over me and the jellyfish was in the wave and stung me. It was a nurse shark, not terribly dangerous, but it freaked me out. A shark is a shark is a shark. I'm sorry. A shark touched you in the wild ocean and then a jellyfish stung you. I'm very, very sorry.
I am never. I'm
Okay.
no. Just no.
We'll
Absolutely
take some
not.
deep breaths together and continue designing jewelry. Suggestions. Can you replace some of the solitaires with the marquee, some of the rounds with the marquee? We did try that and we
I
weren't
think it was
loving the
too
way that it
yeah, I think it was
looked.
competing. I don't think it was it wasn't giving it wasn't cute.
Yeah. Okay. A
It's
couple people are
too much.
saying they want it to be more sweeping stones to look more wavy and oceany.
Mhm.
I think that's maybe what we were just talking about with like how those stones were kind of placed
And we need more
different.
levels.
Rearrange the small gems with different sizes, maybe.
Yeah, these are all 1 millimeter, so there's no going smaller.
Yeah.
Bigger will take over in this area, so I have very little options, which is really annoying. But
Emmy said, "I like that the small diamonds feel like barnacles, but I want more random placement."
yeah, I want to make this more scattery. I fully agree with that.
So I do have a question, technicality wise. When the diamonds are placed like on that lip of metal, will they be sort of half on the one plane and half on the other plane of metal?
They're
Or do they
lifting up
tip?
above everything because these are the ones that are
Ah,
like
okay.
hold the stone on. And I'm trying really hard not to make like completely hide our wire here.
Right.
It's like a pretty important design element, but I'm struggling, as you guys can tell, to not just end up overtaking it with stones.
Right.
And that's why all these are 1 millimeter, like I said, which is the smallest stone size that we would ever use. For us, that's a big deal. If I'm saying it's small, you know it's small. And I am struggling because I'm worried we're gonna lose some of our design, the base design detail that we like started with. Hence why I'm very slow at this right now, but we will get there. We will get there. The levels will help this break up and look a little bit better too.
Yeah. Yeah. Because remember when you're looking at this CAD work, it looks like they're just sort of like next to each other. But in reality, they're going to be sort of at different heights and have a little bit more dimension to them. So it won't look quite so uniform.
Yes. All right, I'm playing with the heights right now because I think that's going to help a lot to kind of group them together. You see this one is like way down and on purpose.
Mhm.
Hoping to like round out the corner of the
Oh, yeah.
stone that way. All
I
right,
was-
better already. And then these seem to be grouped too. I need a bigger and a smaller to pull this off. And right now they're all a little bit too small. Even though I'm like really struggling with the big small issue because again, like we will just take over our shape if I'm not like very, very careful.
Right. Oh, that's looking better already. I
It's
think.
better. Yeah, it was like, it was like trying too hard
Yeah.
before. Needed to be more random.
I also like, so you can see where Melanie's working right now, those diamonds on the bottom that we think are going to be black diamonds, they're sort of along the curve. So when you're looking straight down at your ring, you'll be able to see kind of like the lip of them, but then it's just a little bit more from each different angle as it comes down on the metal. So that's kind of cool.
It'll be pretty from the side view for sure.
Yeah. Which is another thing that you really focus on when you're designing is side views.
I love that. I do. I think it's very important.
And pedestrian jewelry doesn't include
Doesn't do it. Burn. Burn. Burn.
Are we gonna put a little shark on there? No, I'm just kidding.
Yes. It'll be so cute. Just a little shark tooth on the side.
Just a little trillion. Just the
That would
fin.
be so funny. We have done worse.
Mm-hmm. Oh, do you know what other strange ocean sort of related fact I read this weekend when I was trying to freak myself out is that okay, the Titanic sunk and I think it was 1815. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong on these dates. But 3 years before that, so I think it was 1812 or I'm swapping the dates. Somebody wrote a novel about the biggest boat that ever was hitting an iceberg and sinking in the Atlantic 3 years before the Titanic. Like they predicted the disaster. And
Can you Google the dates because I'm having a lot of trouble with it being that long ago. 19,
Yep.
not 18, right?
Okay, here we go. 1898 novella. No, not 18. You're right. Which was called Futility, which was later republished as The Wreck of the Titan. So it was called The Wreck of the Titan by Morgan Robertson, eerily predicted the sinking of the Titanic. The Titanic, tell me when the Titanic happened. Okay, I'm gonna look that up. Both the fictional Wreck of the Titan and the real RMS Titanic were British passenger ships deemed unsinkable. So even in that novella, they called it unsinkable, struck an iceberg in April and lacked enough lifeboats.
For real?
Like it is just the biggest coincidence that I've ever heard of. Now, when was the friggin' Titanic?
Look up if there was some link to a current day president or something, like a recent president. There was some family member, something. I don't remember what it is, but you have to look it up.
1912 was the Titanic. So this was 20
The
years
author of that book was somebody that is linked to a recent president or something. There's something.
I'm looking it up.
And I could be wrong and just ignore me. But I think there's something like even more wild with that.
Did you guys know that you were joining us to watch me Google facts about the Titanic? Because welcome. The book, The Wreck of the Titan by Morgan Robertson does not have a direct historical link to a US president.
Never mind then. What the hell was I
I
talking
wonder
about?
what you were thinking. Let me
I
see.
was thinking of something and I don't know what it was, and I will find that offline and never remember to tell anybody.
Maybe somebody knows. Who in the comments knows what Melanie is thinking
They
of
don't
here?
know. Nobody knows. If I don't know, what are the chances?
Uh,
Okay.
yeah, I agree. I think that person has to be a time travel. This is one of those things that makes me think we don't know everything that's happening with time and space and
Wormholes, time
wormholes. Who knows?
jumping.
Mandela effects.
That one freaks me. I hate that. Really hate
I
it.
don't like that either.
Let's see.
Somebody on Instagram said using claw prongs for the pear diamond would give shark tooth effect. That's true.
Ooh, true.
That's so creepy. Somebody would like that though. I mean, apparently a few people in the comments have lots of experience with sharks, and some of them continue to be near them.
Oh,
So-
they choose to join back in. Is anyone else a fan of Shark Week? Like the after, like all of those, like the documentaries aren't quite as good as they used to be.
I agree with you. There used to be a
Used
whole
to be
thing.
awesome. Yeah. it
One
used to be
time
a
Shark
thing.
Week was when I was on a family vacation at the beach, and that was a mistake. It was a mistake to tune into Shark Week while at the beach.
Yes.
Maybe that's where my fear
Yes.
started. I don't know.
Yes.
I wonder how old my kids need to be to watch Jaws, because
Ooh,
they're
good one.
interested in it, but I also, so
That's
I think they could
probably
maybe handle it because
Sorry.
it's so old that it's still very scary, but I think they would think that the animation and all of that was kind of silly, maybe.
Yeah, like
because
the
they're used to-
animatronics aren't necessarily going to be convincing to them, so they might be able to
Yeah.
like watch that and enjoy it. The music alone, man, though.
I know. They know how to play it on the piano because it's two notes, obviously. And every now and then I'll just hear da da. They also
Did your
learned
dog
recently.
singing up on you?
Yeah. My dogs sound sharp shaped. They've also, my kids recently learned Seven Nation Army by the White Stripes on piano.
Oh.
They just taught themselves.
Fantastic.
Every
Absolutely
now and then it
fantastic.
feels like I'm going into some big sporting event or something. Or battle.
I love that. Sorry, I'm going to be here a while. I'm going to be here a while placing stones. That is what I do.
Oh, Esme is more scared of barracudas than sharks.
Fair.
I agree
Fair.
with you a little bit.
Fair.
Tell me where barracudas are. Are this river?
Google it.
I'm
They're
gonna Google it.
terrifying. They're in the ocean, and I think they are adjacent to sharks. Like they have wicked sharp teeth. You get bit, you're in trouble. And I think that they're more likely to be like around.
Yeah, well, they're large predatory marine fish found globally in tropical and subtropical oceans, the Atlantic, Pacific, Indian Oceans, Caribbean Sea, Red Sea. Oh, shallow coastal waters. Yeah, so they're gonna be close
They're
to you.
coming right up, right?
Common from Massachusetts down to Brazil. They're near you. Did you know? They are.
No. I know we get great white sharks like crazy around here.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, because of the seals and stuff. And like the
Okay.
water is getting a little warmer. But the Cape Cod is apparently like majorly like a lot of great white sharks.
Oh, Esme, tell me if this is true, because I trust you more than Google. It's telling me that I can safely swim and snorkel with barracudas because they look intimidating and toothy, but they're generally docile and non-aggressive towards humans.
Oh.
Is that true, or should I continue to be terrified? I think I'm just gonna, to be safe, I'm gonna continue to be terrified.
Go ahead
I don't
and
wanna do that at all.
go safe.
Yeah, I don't wanna do that. Okay. Taser is telling me that being the youngest of 7, she was maybe 4 or 5 watching Jaws with her older brothers and still have 2 recurring nightmares about sharks. So wait on Jaws is what I'm hearing.
So
Okay.
maybe not the
Noted.
best plan.
Noted. Not gonna do that. All right, how's it going here? How are our little bubbles of stones doing?
I think bubbling was the move.
Okay.
I feel like it was like objectively not working before, and now I'm thinking it's going to be awesome.
You're into it now? Okay, I like that.
I am. These are the black diamonds. Remember, as we planned.
Okay.
Yeah, they're kind of barnacle-y and like I think hopefully in a good way.
Yeah. Yeah, more scattered was the call. I like that.
Definitely. That's always the goal.
Less predictable is the call.
Yes.
Okay, Britt has swum with barracudas and they're pretty chill.
Oh.
I'm happy for your experience. I'm gonna pretend I didn't read that and just continue to be scared of them. It's my plan.
It's gonna take me a while to add all the prawns to this. I'm not gonna make everybody watch that part.
Okay, that's one of the, remember I was telling you things happen behind the scenes to finish these up. Because usually Melanie doesn't design an entire piece of jewelry in just 2 hours. What's that scary thing?
I have that. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Will you save just in case, just for me?
Actually, that's a very good idea. I have no idea what that error was. I've never seen it before, and that's never a good thing to see anything for the first time live on the internet, like in the software. It's like
Oh,
not,
you're
not
actively using that software live?
Oh, I am full blown
Okay,
demo.
yes. I like this idea. What about a switch to pretty things in the ocean, coral and pretty plant life and all the colors of the pretty fish? Please,
Lame.
let's switch.
Lame. You know why? Our ring is dark and moody from the depths of hell. Okay, that's what we are doing. How else am I gonna get inspired, you guys?
From the land of undersea monsters.
If monsters aren't involved, is it even like a TMM meeting?
I mean, we could talk about some scary stuff on here. That's true.
I am just placing.
Okay.
Placing stones, making moves. I want to carry our black diamonds down over here. I think they're only going to be kind of on one side of the ring.
Okay.
So I want to make sure we actually have enough of them so it feels on purpose. Instead of just like 3 of them stuck underneath, you know?
Yeah.
And we have this space here. But like I said, it's a lot of clicking to get the stone where I want it to be and at the angle.
So when we list these, are you thinking any metal color could work with this, or do you think certain?
Yes, actually.
Okay.
I think all metals would look nice with the color palette. There are people definitely that like rose gold, and that's the outlier that we don't sell a lot of. With blue and black. I would personally set this in yellow gold as a starting point if we make a sample, it'll be in yellow gold because that's our most requested metal color. So if somebody does want to claim one of these in white or rose gold, it would probably need to be before we put it into production.
Yeah.
It would need to be like ordered before we schedule the
Today.
drop and all that because today it will be in yellow gold if we put it in production.
Yeah.
Because I just think it
Yeah.
100% can carry.
And we often get questions about that. So we released like a lot of limited edition pieces that we've already created. And sometimes people get frankly angry because we don't offer them in white or we don't offer them in rose. And we're very sorry, but we do have to make like a prediction of what people will like. And our sales data tells us that people who purchase our pieces vastly prefer yellow gold. And so it's kind of like the safest bet, but we are sorry that it means sometimes we don't have it available in your color. But that's why picking a Tuesday morning design is great because usually they'll work with any color and you can select it then when maybe like Melanie's saying, if we go to sample this later, like if they both don't sell today and we sample it for a release later, we'll probably make it in yellow. So if you really want this in white or rose, go ahead and snag it today because it might not be available in your color later on.
Agreed. All right, I'm just doing twisties. I am just placing stones.
Love it.
I will be here. This is why it takes so long. You're seeing in real time. We're not speeding it up. We are just going for it. Okay, those are cute. Kind of like
I
those
like
there.
that. Yeah, maybe the side beaded something. Maybe that's why it was looking a little off earlier. Okay, so you know how Cass's husband is a rocket scientist? We talked about this last week.
Yes.
She said her rocket scientist husband also worked subsea. Think neutrino telescopes. I can't think neutrino telescopes because I don't know what that is, but I believe
Also
you that
don't
it's
know what that is.
something
I
cool.
also can't think
She
Neutrinos.
said
Always go.
he's been in the middle of the ocean and sent down ROVs, and he says stuff down there is crazy. First, what's an ROV? And then second, what kind of crazy stuff has he seen?
I want to know all the things.
That is, so he's like, he just likes all the
Adventure
extremes.
man.
Yeah. For his
Does
job.
he believe in Bigfoot?
Oh yeah. Does
You
your rocket
probably
scientist husband think
know.
Bigfoot's out there? And how about
He's seen some
megalodons?
stuff. Oh, I know. Well, I feel like, were megalodons definitely a real thing, or is that still like possibly a myth?
Yes,
Like in
those
like
were real, believed to be extinct, but some people think that because we've not discovered so much of the ocean that they could potentially be down there. But then I also read that what we know of the depths is that there might not be enough food sources for something that big
that's
to
what I was going to
survive.
ask. How are they eating? Unless
Yeah.
they're coming up halfway and eating like a blue whale and then going back down.
Maybe,
Or
or
like,
maybe
when
there's
they
other monsters
die.
down there.
Oh, so there has to be an entire gigantic food chain for
Ecosystem.
that to be.
Yeah. Also not liking this topic of conversation.
Why can't we go down and check it out? I mean, too dark, too dense.
To pressure, I think our machines that we could send down, I don't know, Cass's husband needs to tell us this, but I think that what we can send down there has limits of depth because it'll just implode.
I gotta tell you, that seems like something that should be solvable by now.
We've been to the freaking moon.
Yeah, we are, as we know, out of our Voyager conversation, out of our goddamn solar system already.
Yeah, we need a Voyager of the sea.
Go down.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why didn't they ask us,
Somebody
Melanie?
invented, okay? They asked us. We're now telling you. You asked my opinion, government. Okay.
I like how we're acting like we're the first people who have ever thought of
Why
exploring.
not go down? Just
Why
invent it. Oh, that's the dumbest conversation
The
we've had
sky
yet.
is not the limit here. Oh my god. Okay. Well, we're
Semantics.
solving the
Huh?
world's problems. So, tell us what else you want us to solve. What other unsolvable mysteries?
Emmy is asking if the garnet necklaces from a few TMMs ago sold out. So we listed one because it was an experiment and we're actually working through product development on that. That one was claimed. And when we see that finished piece, we'll decide if we're gonna set all of the stones into the finished piece to launch them, or if we're gonna let them be made to order, or what we'll do there. But it's not scheduled as of right now. It will be. It's just one of those things, like things have to come off the bench. We have to do a lot of experimentation before we often decide what we're doing with the entire like selection. But if you wanted to claim that necklace with one of the other stones, you could absolutely email our customer service team.
Yeah.
But yeah, that first one, I love when we're like, this is an experiment. Okay, whoever claims this, and then somebody's like right there with us.
Yeah.
Mine.
Yeah.
I
They
think our
thought that-
experiments end up being the most extravagant, over the top pieces at the end, the pieces that are like the most memorable, but sometimes they fail. So
Yeah, we never actually know. Okay, Adrian's telling me she said Icelandic shark, just look it up, it is real. And I'm gonna do it, but I begrudgingly. Because Kristen's in Iceland right now. And so like, what if she's near an Icelandic shark and I now have to be worried about her? Okay, wait. It's called, I'm gonna mispronounce this. Harkarl is a traditional Icelandic delicacy of fermented shark. I don't think that's what you're talking about, right? The
Yummy.
fermented version of it.
We have
400 years old. Okay, wait, this has got to be it. The Greenland shark is the longest living vertebrate known to science. In 2016, scientists used radiocarbon dating on the island's proteins of a female shark in the North Atlantic and Arctic, estimating she was around 400 years old. The Greenland shark. That's too old.
That's too old. That's not right. Hey, Jessica and our CAD team, you said that pop-up is not scary. Am I supposed to press that I'm supposed to retry? Or am I supposed to press to switch? I don't know what either of those things mean. Thank you.
Tell us more, Jessica. Jessica is on our CAD team and she's a CAD wizard and she answers all of our questions about CAD.
I saw a Slack and she was like, don't worry about it, except for I am worried about it.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of the theme today.
Worry.
Very worried.
Just worry. Okay, next time we gotta talk about happy things and make a happy piece that's happy.
No,
No?
absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's cheating.
Melanie's here to ruin your day.
I
That's
am.
what's that here.
I absolutely am. Mission in life, goal accomplished. I am here always to entertain myself. That is
That's
the
true.
only reason for all
That's
of
true.
this. This business
All right,
is
Jessica's
actually
saying-
not. It is not impacted by us going live on the internet. We are here because
We'd be
like
having this conversation with or without
we
you,
would.
what she said.
Yeah, we're like, let's stream it because we're doing this anyway.
Jessica says, yes, retry.
Okay. Thank you, Jessica.
Thanks,
I
Jessica.
appreciate you.
The woman behind the curtain.
That's it.
It happens a lot when you haven't restarted your computer since doing a lot of different models and is asking if it should keep trying or not. Aw,
Oh, it's so thoughtful. It's a thoughtful error.
you've been here a long time. Are you sure?
Yeah.
It's like the Netflix thing. Like, are you still watching?
And you're like, stop judging me.
Are you still trying to create jewelry?
Yes, and I plan on staying in my pajamas, eating all of these snacks, and making this.
And Christy says Bob Ross next week. Happy little rings.
Yes,
That'd be entertaining
That's
also, actually.
imagine. I think my alone live streams are kind of more Bob Ross than they are demon shark underwater scaries.
That's true.
But I don't think that it's a good thing. I feel like
We need some balance.
just a balance.
Yeah.
And then I never tell anybody anything that they need to know about why they're here. So that's not good. If you're not here, people don't know what we're doing.
Here to help. Emmy says, I feel like people are asking for Ariel and instead we're designing Ursula. That's true.
Oh yeah, you're
It
right.
is kind of giving Ursula,
I love it.
which I like. Yes, there will only be 2 of these rings because we only have the 2 pair cut aquamarines. So if you love it, 5:00 p.m. sharp, be here. Okay, disturbing. Britt says, aren't all Greenland sharks blind? There's like a parasite that attaches to their eyes.
What?
Would you rather have your eyes migrate to the other side of your head or have a parasite attached to your eye?
Google flounder. There it is. Google it. Or don't.
I'm going
But
to. Greenland shark parasite on eye.
All right, forget going to the bottom of the ocean. Let's just solve for whatever that is.
That's a little, it looks really, really gross and I don't recommend it. Greenland shark's eye parasite is a pinkish white worm-like crustacean called Omatacoita elongata. This parasitic copepod attaches to the shark's cornea using an anchor structure called a bulla, feeding on the eye tissue. Nope. 99% of mature Greenland sharks, when do they reach maturity if they're 400 years old, have these, often causing corneal damage and partial blindness. So they're 400 years old, blind, just
400
hanging
years
out.
young, Katie. 400 years young.
Man, do they have a remedy for this? I guess not. They just live blind. I thought
They don't have
tortoises were
doctors,
old,
I
but
hear. They don't have doctors, so I'm pretty sure.
or Botox. They look every year of 400 years
They
old.
guarantee do. Guarantee.
Worst game of Would You Rather ever. Yeah. I don't want to talk about eye parasites anymore, guys.
I do think that Would You Rather is in order. Katie, if you'd like to give us those 2 options. Would you rather have the eyes on the top, the same side of one side of your face or head?
Yeah.
Migrated eyes? Help me out.
Earlier, we were talking about how flounders and other flattish fish, as they age, their eyes go from normal on the side of their head.
Like
They
Dory.
migrate while they're facing the top of the ocean to where both eyes are on the one side of their head. And we all agree that eye migration is horrible, but now we know that Greenland sharks have an eye parasite that attaches to their cornea and eats their eye tissue. So if you were a marine animal, would you rather be an eye migrator or an eye parasite haver?
Oh God.
And I agree, this is the worst would you rather, and every word that I'm saying is causing me pain to tell you this. How do they know? The rest of their senses are insane. How do they know where they're going? They might have echolocation, these blind Greenland sharks. Or they just don't have any predators probably, so they just kind of open their mouths and hope something comes into it.
That's
to
how I
eat.
eat. I prefer to eat that way too. John just
Wait for
feeds
it.
me.
I don't like this. Would you rather? But I would like to know your answer.
Oh God, I really didn't love that.
Okay, related. Esme is asking if we know about the cookie cutter shark. Yes. Okay, wait. I'm gonna look. My kids told me about this one. Cookie cutter shark. Have you heard of it?
No, what is that?
The bite is absolutely horrendous. The bite of the cookie cutter shark is a perfectly circular, like cookie shaped crater wound. So it's not like it takes a chunk. It like imprints like a cookie cutter.
Oh, like a stamp, like a.
Yes. It's like a very distinctive thing. And they're also like, so if you see it on another animal, it's like a circle of flesh eaten out.
Oh,
It's like a sucker.
my.
Yeah, they're really terrible. Really terrible, Esme. Thank you. Don't like it at all. You've done your job. This is my least favorite TMM topic, I'm gonna tell you.
It was yeah, I feel like it's a requirement. It's like hazing or something. We're hazing ourselves. I don't
That's
know why
right.
we're doing this to ourselves.
Everybody wants their eyes migrated from a would you rather. Same. I think that.
Oh, okay. You know what? Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess
Yeah.
you're right. I hate
Yeah.
to admit it.
I don't want a parasite. That'd be weird if humans had anything migrate on them. All right, what's going on with this ring? Can we talk about that more?
Maybe.
What are you doing?
Sure.
Just placing
Okay.
stones.
So do we like the little bubblies? I think they're cute. I'm gonna
I
have to
like
add
them.
so many prompts. It's gonna kill me.
Oh, that's a lot of
But
prompts.
and then I like to mirror my end stone onto the other side just so that there's the ring ends in the same location on both sides.
Oh, okay. So it goes as far down on one side as the other. So I guess it would look kind of lopsided otherwise.
Exactly.
Okay.
Let me just do that. I'm gonna fix that. Something this.
I'm gonna do one more giveaway because we are getting close to noon. And I'm gonna do one more giveaway and then I'm gonna show you guys, I'm gonna share my screen so you can see how to find on the website because we have some new website features to make it a little bit easier. And so I put together a really rudimentary document to show you. It is not professional and I don't want you to judge me for it. And then we should talk about what we're gonna do next week. Do you have a stone in mind or?
I will think about it. Why don't you talk about
Okay.
the things and then why don't we?
All right.
Fighting this good fight.
Let's see. All right, let me pull our last giveaway winner of the day, and then we will talk details. Katie. Oh, another Katie.
Hi.
Katie H. From this Katie to you, I'm sending you a Melanie Casey gift card to your email. Thank you for being here.
Congratulations.
I wonder, have we had any repeat winners yet? I don't know.
Oh, over the course of the few weeks?
Yeah, it's
That's pretty
possible.
lucky. With all of the gift cards you decide to give away, we will eventually.
Oh, I like how you just put that on me like it wasn't your idea all along.
Katie, come on.
With all of the ones you decided to.
And I purposely did that your way.
Okay, we're gonna go with ocean for the password today. It is less weird than some of our passwords. So good job, guys. All we like I could
You sure you don't want eye migration to be?
imagine not having watched this and just seeing the fact that a professional jewelry brand had the word eye migration somewhere on socials. If you know, you know. Okay, so are you gonna do anything else to this that we should be aware of other than adding prongs before we finish that part of this?
Okay, let me just talk about gemstone colors. So down here on this base, it will all be black diamonds down there. This is our pair that's in the tweezers in the video. And then let me see. This accent is probably, do we want to go dark on this side? Do we want to go darker, lighter, scatter? Because I could do this. This is that dark aquamarine. This could be a larger featured aquamarine here. And then we're doing some dark blue Sapphire down here. And then this cluster up here would be Aquamarine if we did it that way.
And you said black diamonds on the bottom, yeah?
Yeah, you know what? Okay, actually, because of the black diamonds down here, I think I want this. Oh no, I said the highest up stuff will be the lightest color, like the ocean. So we'll do it that way. We're gonna say again, black diamonds down on this side, down here up to about maybe here up to this stone will be dark blue sapphire, and then from this stone all the way. You know what? I'm gonna see if I can find an accent stone that's interesting for this here.
Oh,
1.75. Yeah. So this stone all the way across to this one will be aquamarine, and then I'll see what I can find for the stone that is in the accent position here. Either it'll be a dark blue sapphire or it'll be something with a little dark teal-ish if I have it, which I
Okay.
probably do. I have a dark teal tourmaline that I could probably put there. So yeah, so we will go just really dark in the bottommost stones. Sides are dark blue sapphire. We've got a pale aquamarine here and a teal oceany color. And then the pear is the pear that we know and love.
Beautiful.
This will be
Okay.
really fun. This is gonna be really cool. And then do you want to talk about next week?
Yeah, but first let me show them where to find this stuff.
Oh, yeah, you do that.
Okay, you guys ready for the worst Google Doc you've ever seen in your life?
I cannot wait.
It is a screenshot of our navigation on our website, first of all. All right, so when you go to our website, melaniecasey.com, you're going to see this at the top. For insiders is going to be the little link at the top. You're going to go there. And then these are the links that you want. So Tuesday morning meeting, you can find us next week this way if you want to. But coming soon, password exclusive, that's where this piece is going to live later at 5:00 p.m. Eastern. So when you click that, you're going to be taken to this link, or you can just click it Tuesday morning meeting designs. And then you're going to see this thing, which is where you enter the password. We've had some confusion, so I thought a visual might be good. So at right now, if you go there, you're going to see this and you're going to enter the ocean and nothing's going to happen because it's not ready yet. But at 5:00, when you go and enter ocean and this little pop-up right here, it's going to take you to our website where you can purchase the piece. Presentation over. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Honestly,
Let's.
bravo, my
I'm
dear.
never doing that again. Next
You are
time.
actually, unfortunately for you, it was very helpful even for me. You are going to have to do that every week.
Okay. Well, this is our very professional Google Doc. I'm gonna get Britt to brand it for me or something. Okay, so the giveaway is gonna stay live through next week and we'll draw our $250 winner. So if you've already entered, you don't need to again, you can still win it. Even if you won something today, our system does not kick you out, so you can still enter to win it. But if you're watching
Correct.
this after Tuesday morning, almost Tuesday afternoon now, you can still enter that and we'll draw a new name next week on the live at 10 a.m. on Tuesday. So Melanie, did you find any stones we might
Yeah,
use next
I
week?
have these, you can barely see them, but these beautiful blue spinel, and they're kind of a gray, dark blue color as opposed to the blueberry blue of sapphire. So I am going to use one of these in our accent over here. It'll just be a subtle change because this will transition nicely to the black diamonds. If I can find a way to add a couple more of these, I will. Unfortunately, they're kind of big. So, but I'll tighten that up before 5:00. So this will all make sense.
I love it. Paige, thank you for coming, even though you're late. You can catch up and you can skip all the scary stuff. Elise says she missed the whole design. Did we have fun? Did we have
sure
fun?
did.
I think we had fun and also
we were scared.
Scared.
Terrified.
Ocean's scary.
So scary.
Okay, for next week, we don't know what we want to do quite yet, but we will consider.
We can just decide now to use and I still have more of this beautiful aquamarine and it would fit nicely into that drop. So we can do the architect overlap, like architect stacking rings next week, using this aquamarine that I've got. And then we would mix it with other stones, like mix it with a diamond. Like I like 2 or maybe 3 stone designs for that. And each of those stacking rings end up being one of a kind. So it's kind of good to demo that here. And we will have to explain what we mean by the architect stacking ring because we've only ever released that collection once. So we will do that for next week. It will start with the aquamarine.
Okay.
And it will be 10 a.m. on Tuesday as usual next week.
Love it.
That's it. I think we did it.
We did it. Ocean accomplished.
Check.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
being